Greg's back. It's Friday. It's got to be Concord Food Co-op time. How are you?
Great.
Welcome back.
Yeah, heading into Mother's Day weekend. Nice weekend.
Okay, so what's the Co-op doing for moms?
Moms, they have a wonderful display of these.
What do you mean they? We.
The Co-op.
Yeah, we.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you're talking about them as them. I'm saying, no, you're a we.
The we,
Not
yes,
a they.
the Co-op.
Okay.
A wonderful Mother's Day display. They have almonds and all these products from a local vendor are all set up, and it's in the cheese department with a big spread of cheese. So all kinds of yummy little treats to bring.
If you're like most people, and you know Mother's Day's coming, but life got in the way, and you want to bring something at the last minute to mom, you run into the Co-op. What are you getting?
What am I getting?
Yeah. What would you get?
You put me on the spot on that one. Let's see.
That's what I do.
Well, they have fresh cut flowers every day.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, there we go.
I would
go.
start with those.
Okay.
Good answer, Greg.
Yes.
Have that in one hand.
You don't have to go far. You walk in the door, and there they are.
I like that.
I would start with that, and then the cheeses back there and crackers. Nice thing to bring to mom too.
Loaf of bread, some cheese, bottle of wine.
That's
all
perfect.
good, man.
That's
all local stuff.
Add chocolate.
I like that.
Oh, and chocolate.
Yep. Traci weighs in.
Yeah, that's okay.
As a mom, I
as
say
a
also
mom.
bring chocolate.
What do I need?
Yeah,
Yep, I need my chocolate.
Yeah, that's great. Oh, you don't want that, Mom? I'll take it.
Yeah.
I know how that works. Wow. So what do you want to do today?
Well, we have two members of the board, Concord Food Co-op board, on today, and just to talk about the co-op board and the co-op model in general, and the differences between a business that is run as a co-op and a partnership or a corporation, and what's it all about? People, I don't think, really understand what a co-op is and what that means and what membership means. So
No, they don't.
Just trying to speak a little bit more about that, so there's a better understanding of what the co-op's all about and what it stands for, and whether that's a good fit for other individuals that are listening.
Okay. Mr. Williams, because I'm going to say Finis. It just
There we go.
But it's
There
just,
you go again.
It just sounds so good.
I know.
Great. Thank you, Mr. President. But it's just Finis Williams. It just sounds Finis.
It's finest.
Finest. See,
Third time's the charm.
I
Third
have
time's
this
the
mind
charm.
block. It's Finis. Finis Williams, an attorney who's practiced in Concord since 1988, and solo law. Specializes in professional malpractice, environmental law, and something you and I can use at the end of the show if we trip in the hall, personal injury.
Perfect.
We got an attorney here,
I brought some cards.
Of course you did.
That is ideal.
He has served on the board of the co-op since 2012 and has served as president of the board for 2 years. Traci Komorek. Sorry.
Komorek.
Man,
okay.
why can't
You
I
got
pronounce
it.
anything today?
I don't know. It's Friday. It's okay.
She who did you do okay in the marathon?
Yes, I finished.
Good girl.
It was 70 and muggy. I finished.
Okay, well, no, that's fine.
amazing. That's
Did great.
awesome.
I knew you finished
Congratulations.
because I would have asked for my money back. You didn't, but I knew you did. She's a registered dietitian, passionate about helping clients adopt healthy lifestyles together. She runs, marathon runs, runs her own practice, Fresh Roots Nutrition LLC, seeing patients of all ages, from prenatal nutrition to thyroid conditions to insulin resistance, something you don't think about. Traci also serves on the co-op board. I know you do. For more information about Traci, email tracikomorek@gmail.com. So,
You guys are really charged with kind of making
Wow.
sure I jumped right in.
yeah. It's not like you.
Yeah, I know.
It's usually wake up, Pat. Wake up.
I'm really kind of making sure the mission of the co-op is there in its everyday being.
Well, wait a minute. Is there a mission statement?
I was going to say, start with what's the mission statement?
Thank you.
There is a mission statement.
Would
you like to know?
Yeah,
about it?
absolutely.
Let me have your card now, quick.
Okay.
You might not be here long.
Oh, goodness.
It has different aspects to it, but it's a concept of community, that we are part of a community. Mm-hmm. And being part of a community, we buy local organic foods from local farmers. So we try to help our neighborhood farmers by selling their goods at our store. We are non-profit, and we are owned by ourselves.
Yeah.
So there are approximately over 7,000,
7,800 now.
7,800 members. Becoming a member is very easy. You pay $100, and then you're a member. And how many places can you go to where if I move to Austin, Texas, I can go into the co-op and get my $100 back if I don't want to be a member anymore?
Oh, they're all related.
You get a full refund for your membership.
No,
if you move.
the membership is $100 one time, fully refundable.
Fully refundable.
Right. No, I knew that.
Right.
He's saying
co-ops-
you can't do that in Austin,
Yeah,
Texas.
that's what I was
it doesn't
gonna say.
transfer. Now, there are some co-ops that do offer benefits to co-op members
I
elsewhere.
was going to say some sort of
Right.
reciprocity thing
Yes,
here. Okay.
but it's fairly limited. So
Okay.
generally, they are independent, and benefits from one don't transfer to another. Some do honor your membership at,
so
at
the
other co-ops.
obvious question, Tracy, is what's the benefit of membership?
Well, I think there's a lot to be said about a community in food. I think food helps to bring a community together. I mean, so when the co-op has different gatherings, it's really fun to see how people come together in the community centered around food. And that's what I do for a profession, and I just love that aspect to food. And when you're a member and you have a say in what comes in, you have a say in what goes on at the co-op a little bit, which is a really interesting concept too, I think.
They definitely have a strong say in what goes on, and we spoke about this before, that when a member provides input, it is very seriously listened to, and most times if it makes sense and is reasonable, then action steps are taken.
And it's good for the whole community. Yeah. Right.
Well, you think, I mean, $100 for some people is a lot of money. For other people, it's still $100. But to make that commitment, to put $100 down, you now are part of it. And you're going to wear that with pride.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's right. I'm there. So that $100, while maybe not a lot of money, is really, it signifies a lot by putting that down.
You can make your $100 investment in 4 payments of $25.
Right.
So that's possible too.
That's affordable.
And but I do want to say at this point is you don't have to be a member to shop at the co-op. But the member benefits as soon as you are a member. I think there's a good list of in addition to the fact that you are an owner of a community grocery store, and that alone, that's your vote, that you support the values of the co-op. I think are very, very important. But then there's a long list of other member benefits.
A lot of people who are listening have driven by you. They know who you are. They see it. But they go to, for lack of a better phrase, the box stores that are all over the place. What's the advantage of going? Why would I want to go to the co-op instead of the other places? They got food.
I think it's a heart thing.
Am I asking you?
Yeah.
Well, it's a
Put your
hard-
hand down.
A
Thank
hard
you very
thing,
much.
but a taste thing too. So talking about produce, for example, if you taste the bag of Brookford Farm carrots, they have their local carrots at the co-op. They taste so much better than a standard box store carrot. I mean, you can say that it tastes so much different. My kids will house those carrots, but they don't really want the box store carrots because there's such a difference in taste. So. When you're bringing in these local farmers with an organic, with all this delicious food, there is a taste difference, in my personal opinion too.
The other night I was eating a salad from Generation Farm, and it happens to be that his farm is no more than half a mile from my house. So how local can you get?
Oh, wow.
So it's very fresh. It's delivered every day, and then if it's local like that, then the carbon footprint of trying to get those goods to the store is substantially reduced. So
Okay, so there's a little social responsibility in doing this too.
right.
Okay.
Right.
Now, and I know we've talked about it in the past about the meat, the clean meat. That if it comes in, your people look at the order and went, yeah, no, get it out of here. You're not just taking it and making the best of a bad situation.
Yeah, Miles Smith's hamburg is fabulous.
Yeah, it is.
Right up the road in Loudon.
Oh, yeah. Hello, Carol.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody knows Carol. But that's cool.
Yeah, and even the honey, I think isn't there a real value of local honey because
From an allergy perspective and immune perspective, yes.
right.
Yeah.
There's a difference?
Yes, there
Is
is.
there really?
It can really help us. It's allergy season, so if you have
Full on,
allergies,
yeah.
you getting some local honey, it may be beneficial with helping to reduce your
Why?
symptoms.
What does the honey do?
It's
Okay, we're only on for 10 minutes. I see that look, Tracy. But seriously.
You're
what-
gonna be signing up for her site.
Yeah,
after
I
the
know.
show.
There we go.
I
You're
know.
going to dig into it a little bit more.
But yes, it is allergy because I know I hit a small tree and just watched the yellow. And I went, oh, yeah, here we
Yeah,
go.
it's the season.
But what does the honey do to my body to offset the allergic reaction?
So I may not be really good in giving this exact explanation, but it helps with the antibody production. So it helps reducing those symptoms that you get from all these allergens that are in the air.
What was so hard about that?
I don't know.
Why were you sweating?
Friday.
That was
It's my
good.
day off.
Wow. I thought that was easy. But I didn't know honey did that.
Yeah, if people have used that as a remedy for
Sore
forever.
throats and yep.
Yeah.
And so have you heard, Counselor, objections to why people shouldn't be a member, and how do you overcome those objections? You're an attorney. You know how to argue.
Good question.
I think some people complain about the cost of the food at the co-op because in some areas it can be more expensive. But our general manager, who has done, I think, a great job in helping to reduce some of the prices, and there's specials there that are going on all the time. But it's offset by you're buying healthy food. So what's the value of healthy food? Think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, your health, what could be more important than your health?
Because
Can you put a price on that?
Yeah.
Well, in
right.
some places, I understand you're selling on price. You're doing price point. But on some stuff, you can't. I mean, you just flat out can't do it. So, but if you're going to the co-op, you understand that.
Yeah.
Or at least I would think you do.
Well, especially like talking about the meats, Miles Smith Farm
Right,
versus a
right.
conventional pound of ground beef. I mean, there's a huge difference in what they're being fed. There's a huge cost difference for
Sure.
the farmer. So we're helping to support the farmers so they can make a living on what they're doing, and then they put that money back into the community. So it's a broader picture than that.
And local farming is small scale farming is much more labor intensive.
Oh, sure it is.
The co-op manages has a farm at Canterbury Shaker Village, and I've gone up there to work for a day. I can't make it a day in the field. I can't, and so I mean, there's this, unless you go out there and you actually have a garden and are a farmer, you don't realize that the amount of work that goes into that little bunch of carrots. You've touched that earth, you've touched around that carrot, weeding it so many times, but before it makes it to market. So these farmers. No one's getting rich farming, and even at the price that the produce are being sold at, it's a fair price for the farmer.
No, absolutely, and you're right. You spend a day doing farming, going, I'm beat. You try it day after day, and I have some stone walls on my property, and I look at those stone walls, thinking, could people today do that? Not with tractor, but they had horse, wagon, hauling the stuff. And I forget what the number, we talked about this a little while ago. I forget it's something obscene, like there's 71,000 miles of stone walls in New England. I mean, it's thousands of miles that was built by hand.
Yeah.
And we're not talking little rocks. We're talking honking rocks. Day after day after day after day. And I'm like, yeah, I couldn't do that. So God bless our ancestors.
I had a question. Are there currently openings on the board, and and if so, who's a good candidate, and why would you suggest somebody look at?
But they have to be a member.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good start.
Before people went, me?
Yeah.
No.
Just following up on that, yes, we do have a board. We are elected by the members. There are 9 board members, and we elect a president. And generally what our board does is have a set of policies that our general manager is required to follow. And we don't try to micromanage our general manager. We don't tell him what kind of eggs to buy, but we make sure he complies with environmental laws and keeps the co-op in a good financial situation. But board members are varied. Look at Traci, look at myself. And that's a good thing, because you bring people with different knowledge and you collectively try to run the co-op and give the co-op advice. So that's good. So board members can be, your answer to your question is they can be nutritionists, they can be attorneys, they can be accountants, and we have all of those on the board. They should be a person that really cares about the co-op and wants to help and learn more about it. We have elections every year. I'm running for re-election this year, so I'll put my name in the hat right now. And
Official
we're hoping
declaration.
we are hoping to get more people involved so we can have.
We're offering
have
equal
election.
time to people who are running against him. just wanted to get that out there. Didn't want to hear anybody say, "Sure, he goes on the radio." So if you're not micromanaging, what is the board ostensibly doing? Just coming up with a vision or ways to accomplish the mission statement? And what's the time commitment in this?
The vision is definitely part of it.
Okay.
We have the board does have retreats every year. We have an outside consultant that comes in who knows about what's going on in the co-op industry throughout the nation.
Oh, nice.
And he gives us advice. So that's part of it. The other part of it is hearing from our general manager who reports to us every month about how we're doing financially and what's up. We recently have been doing surveys of our membership annually to see how they think we're doing. And we do a survey of the staff annually to see how they feel they're being treated.
That's great. And then you assess what has been said and say, okay, can we make some changes that make it better for staff, better for customers?
Exactly.
Okay. Excuse me. Owners.
There you go.
Owners.
Owners.
Greg, were you involved with the surveys?
Yes, I was.
What's the return rate?
It was very high.
I would think it would be with the co-op.
This year, over 500 responses, which
Wow,
is
that's
which
great.
is
Okay.
you know. It takes somebody probably 10, 15 minutes to work through the survey, 20 questions, but there had to have been 300-400 comments. And that's
great. That's
really,
awesome.
the part that you look at that and you see if, a lot of it is if there's redundant comments, and that's definitely becomes something that, the board and the general manager are going to look at very seriously. So that's the feedback. And again, the membership knows that feedback is taken seriously, and that's why they spend the time to do it. So
And once you take all that information, the board gets to see all the comments.
yes.
You transcribe that somehow, and so they get to see it.
Yep, all the comments. Nothing is edited. They get to see them all.
Was it anything that would spawn an ad campaign or something? I mean, does it give you thoughts like that?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
It is. One thing is, some of the comments that you should do more local. It's like, well, we're all about local. So it's a matter of, well, from a marketing perspective, I'm not saying local enough, So, or you've got to put, we have generally a sign right out front that's, this month, 40 local produce, and as more come in, 45. So you have to just it becomes more of, we are doing it. That my failure in marketing is not to allow people to see that we're doing it. So yes, and if it's your prices are too high, it's like, well, then it becomes you have to get the word out about the Field Day brand. That is as competitive as budget friendly as any product out there, and it's organic. So there's a plus. It's better. Yeah, a lot of if I personally, from my perspective, see things that are misunderstood, the misconceptions about what the co-op does or what we're all about, then I address those through a marketing campaign.
We've got to take a break.
Yes, we
Yes,
do.
we do. We'll do that. We'll be back with the board member and the wannabe president for life of the board right after this. Okay, welcome back. F. Williams.
Finest. Just think finest. Finest.
But I like Finis.
I
It's
know,
just
I
so
know.
je ne sais quoi. Traci Komorek. And now Greg's going to change his voice.
Yes.
It's got a more feminine
his face.
quality to it.
Wow, great job, Greg. I'm sorry, who are you?
Oh, Leslie, where was here last week?
Good to
Remember?
good to have you back.
From behind the camera.
I
Yes.
know you are.
But out in front of the customers at
Yes,
Concord Food
yes.
Co-op.
But I
Yes.
love the fact Greg, you're in my seat.
Yeah.
That was
You're
very
out.
cool. So what's going on with Co-op?
Well, we're still doing Field Day May, so that came up earlier that we're doing the Field Day brand, sort of featuring a lot of the budget-friendly organic offerings that they have. We did some pasta and sauce this week, which was awesome.
nice.
We sold out.
Oh, that's great.
So people love it. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then next week we're going to do the week of the 13th some PB&Js. They do organic peanut butter, organic fruit spreads, and organic kind of Ritz cracker style.
Oh, that's perfect.
That stuff doesn't go
Buttery
with style.
brown.
No, of course it
Oh,
does.
that's great. I love it.
Some maple syrup later in the month. Yeah. So, and then we're going to move on and do a theme of local in June. So we'll have
Gee, there's a
local
stretch.
demos.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But
yes.
Plus,
highlighting.
there's more produce available probably with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, produce, cheeses, dairy, like some local yogurt with some local granolas.
Ooh.
Cheeses, some local honey with some cheese,
Yum.
and then probably do like I think we're gonna think dairy free and gluten free maybe in July and August. So have like these themes.
You got a full. How do you find the time to work the cameras? You're out straight.
It's fun.
Wow.
It is
It
fun.
doesn't feel like work. I get to talk to everybody, and it's great feedback too, per the conversation earlier.
You know, and if you need any more impetus to buy local, how many times a week, a month do we see stories about national recalls?
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
It's
you
reality.
don't hear local recalls. You
No.
know where your food comes from. If you don't want to say, "Oh, geez, did I?" If you don't even have to think about it. Oh yeah, there's a recall. I don't know what it was. I didn't buy that stuff. Boom, Concord Food Co-op. That's all I'm saying. Am I right?
You're
Yes.
right.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those
You're
greens
right.
are good at the co-op.
Yep.
No,
All right.
I like it. I like it. So, when's the PB&J?
The week of the 13th.
So next week.
That's
Tuesday,
next week.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Next
The
week.
schedule
That's next
actually is on our website under the shop menu. So
Oh,
you can see the
perfect.
May demo schedule.
Okay.
And it's also printed out at the store. So you can grab a card and take it home and put it on your fridge.
Now, how long have you been a member?
Oh, actually, since last summer. Yeah, before I started working, I actually joined per like membership benefits because it saves me so much time because I don't have to read all the ingredients. Like I
Yeah.
just know everything there.
Right.
So for me, it was worth it because I was like, I just can buy anything in here and not have to pick up and read the back.
Right, and if you go to a big box store, it's more like going to the library because you
Right.
got to read everything.
Right. Or like,
true.
for gluten free, like all the price tags are orange if it's
Right.
gluten free. So you don't have to pick it up and look on the box and be like, is this
Now, do you
gluten-free?
have some kind of condition that makes you want to read stuff? Or you
No,
just
I just
want to
learned.
you just don't
I
even have to
learned
think
too
about it.
much about
Okay.
about
Food.
what's in our foods, and then I was like, I don't want that extra stuff. So
I got you.
I was finding myself reading about it on the boxes.
Menu will be up on the line in
Mamas.
an hour. Okay. Check it out, Concord Food Co-op. Wow. You know, you need a little more style. Do you want to trade watches?
Absolutely.
That's a crummy watch. This one's a little more colorful.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's a
Always
Seiko.
making the
It's
guests
a
feel
Seiko.
welcome.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I got this crummy Rolex.
Orange.
Okay.
God. All right, fine. Come on back next week. We will do it again. I think we're back. We've been re-upped, haven't we?
Yeah.
To everybody, thank you very much.
If you're in the mood for real food, it's Concord Food Co-op.